Hello, welcome to Showboys. I am father, also dad, and I'm joined by the wonderful Chad. How are you
Yep.
tonight, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you? I'm excited you're leading tonight. This is an exciting revelation for us.
It's a shift. Every once in a while, they like to
Yeah.
throw me in the driver's seat, which can
Yeah.
either go really good or really bad.
I don't think it's ever going really bad. So I think you're good there.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Before we start, though, and I don't think we've done it, and I want to apologize, but we have not shouted out our top two patrons.
We haven't. Yeah.
Tim B, Yusuf H, and Joe C. We love you guys. We love all of our patron members, and very, very happy that you support us. It means the world to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tonight we are back talking about some Alien Earth and talking about episode 4, which is titled what? I can't remember.
Observation.
Okay, Observation, which is very, it tracks with the episode. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of observing happening in this episode.
Yeah.
And a lot of really creepy moments that I'm just like, I don't know, man, this is going to go really bad. And I'm just waiting the whole time for something crazy to happen.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of hoping for some more at the end, but we were it went a different direction, which we'll get into that. But it was just it was wild that nothing crazier happened.
Yeah.
But I think they're building up to something, right? I mean, they're building up to something huge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, Michael. Welcome
Michael
to our show.
In the house. Yeah, I don't know. This episode for me was definitely on the slower side of things. Like we really slow. Like last week we slowed down a little bit. This week we really pumped the brakes. But there's a lot of good stuff in here, even if it's slow. Yeah,
there were like 2 moments for me that I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to. But we'll just kind of like run through the episode and give you our thoughts. First, before we start, I rewatched this today, and the first time I completely missed it. But the head on the beach, I didn't even realize the first time that was a head.
What's a head that he's sitting on?
No, in the intro, like the little intro blip where they show a whole bunch of scenes. And they show the beach.
Oh, yeah,
and there was something on the beach getting washed up by the waves. And it was a head.
Oh, yeah. I never noticed that either.
Like,
that's wild.
I wasn't sure if it was an actual head or like a doll head because it didn't look super real.
Yeah.
But yeah, go back and watch that because I thought.
The doll head could make. The doll head would probably make sense though because they're, they have all the kids on the island. Yeah. And they probably brought dolls, and we see a doll, I think, in this episode, or like what is it? I
think she's got a stuffed animal.
It's a stuffed animal of some sort. Yeah.
But now that you say that makes a lot of sense. But would be even creepier if it was an actual.
Yeah. And it could be an actual head too, because I'm sure we're heading that direction. So.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And actually, I do have a theory that I want to run by you, which I kind of hinted at in the Discord. So the face hugger that Kirsch was dissecting in the last episode, maybe it was a royal face hugger.
I hope so. Do they look? Let me look. Do they look any different?
I think they do look a little different.
Okay.
This one looked like pale. But anyway, that would maybe, well, I don't know if it would explain it, but like the end scene.
Yeah.
Why, it's not attacking someone.
Right. So So there's maybe two explanations for that, and we'll get to it when we get to it at the end.
Yeah.
But I have a theory on why that is if it's not.
Okay.
So the royal facehugger is, I mean, maybe this one, the only royal facehugger that we've ever seen was in one of the shit movies, either Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection. And it's black.
Oh. So it might not
at
be.
least in that movie. Yeah. Been in a bunch of comic books and stuff. I hope so, dude. Like I hope. I think it would be sweet. I think it might explain some of the hive mind stuff going on as well if we got a queen at some point. But we'll get to that later because I got a lot to say about the internet's on fire over this episode currently. So
yeah. All right. So we start off the episode. Wendy wakes up and she can't hear anything. Kirsch and I always forget her name, and I have it written down, and it's in bold. And Sylvia. They're standing over top of her, trying to talk to her. The other research scientist is there with them. She can't hear, and then they're working on the frequencies to try to isolate them and take out the sound that she's hearing from the alien. So they finally, so Cavalier busts in with what's her face. I cannot remember her. There's so many different names.
Yeah.
And I try to when I rewatch it, I take notes, but then I try to take note of the name too. But there's so many. I don't know what I want to call her Nub, but I don't think that's her name.
Nibs.
Nibs. Okay, I was close.
You were close. You were actually really close. Yeah.
Nub. Yeah.
Nub. I think we should just call her Nub from this point forward, to be honest with you, because that's better than Nibs.
Nub.
Yeah.
Nub.
So I have to point out, Boy Cavalier here is a complete asshole this entire episode. Now he has not. Yeah. He's been a little bit of an ass throughout the series so far, but he's just been more weird than anything. This episode is off the chart. He takes it to a whole new level. So that was a little jarring. I mean, not jarring because I kind of assumed it was coming that he was going to be like that. But prior episodes, he just seemed like a super rich, curious dude. In this episode, he turns into an ass.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of his colors show in this.
Oh yeah.
Between that and him getting all close to the glass and the one scene with the sheep.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in for it, man.
I don't think he realizes it. I don't think he realizes what he's messing with here. The curiosity killing the cat thing, that is certainly happening with him currently because he is way too chill about this stuff. And
I feel it. Well, he's giddy like a kid, which is very bad. And he even makes the comment because the older guy that's his right-hand man is we should probably just send them back.
Yeah.
And he's no, well, for her to put one inside my belly. And he's kind of foretelling his own demise.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, he's a total douchebag in this beginning part.
Yeah.
Kirsch is trying to explain to him what's happening. And then he's assume I already know everything. And then he makes everyone leave.
Yeah.
So the older guy walks in with Joe. Cavalier's telling him that Joe works for him.
In the rudest way possible.
Yeah. Subsidiary of a subsidiary.
Yeah. He's well, you don't work for me. You work for a subsidiary of a company that I own. Yeah.
So you're basically nothing. You're basically no one. This is where they do the testing for the voices, and she can hear them. And then Wendy explains to them what happens, that she woke up, she heard the sounds, and she went towards the sounds, and that's when she saw Kirsch working on the face hugger that we remember seeing, and they show us flashes of that. So they both. I'm sorry, I'm reading real quick. Okay, so Cavalier and Wendy both say no when the scientist is like, we need to make a stop, because she wants to hear it too, and they want to do more testing.
Yeah, right.
Then Cavalier asks Curly, that's the girl's name.
Yeah.
If she can hear the sound, and she can't hear it.
Yeah, she's the one from last episode, and she's the one which he just like bitch slapped her. She's like, you can learn French, you learn French, but can you do that? I was like, geez,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then he has Wendy mimic the sound using her body, which I thought was pretty cool and creepy at the same time.
Yeah, I like the explanation there where he says that major scientific advancements are indistinguishable from magic, and if you think about it, it's true. Like if you would have told us when we were kids that we would have had like computers in our pockets, you'd be like, no way, dude, there's no way we were going to fit a computer in our pocket. Or if you even look at like the UFO stuff that's going on, it seems like magic to us, but it might just be really advanced technology, right? So I loved that little snippet there, because it's true, that 100%. And I can't remember who said he quotes somebody in that instance. I can't remember who exactly he quoted. But yeah, it's true. And I love that it poked up in here.
Yeah. I mean, the dude is very smart. Yeah. And he's very well read.
Yes.
But he's just a douchebag.
Mm-hmm. And he needs to put some freaking socks on, man.
He really does. Every time, every episode.
Like every episode there is a close up of his feet, and it's dry. Even that this episode was the most offensive, because not only is it like the entire screen, it's curled because he's pointing with his like toe.
He's like motioning for Wendy to go sit down. It's insane. So, which was, you could tell everyone was super uneasy with the sounds that she was making.
Yeah.
And then Joe is there, and he is insisting that Wendy, needs to rest. But she says that she can speak for herself. She's becoming a grown-up, apparently. So, and then Joe and Wendy leave. And then it's just Cavalier and the old guy, which I really need to figure out what his name is.
I can't remember. Like I said, when we started this, I'll probably remember everybody's name like the very last episode.
By the end of it, yeah.
And
I thought this exchange was pretty interesting, because this is where he makes the comment about the xenomorph in his belly.
Yeah.
The old guy is saying, when an alien species decides to speak, one needs to ask why. And unless it's not to her, then they're speaking, or they're talking to each other. And now they know that too. They know that they can hear her.
Yeah.
She's listening.
Super interesting. And this right here, and we can talk about it now. It gets a little more in depth later on, but this is what the internet's on fire about currently, is that the xenomorphs communicate. Okay. And it's like truly baffling in my head that anybody is saying that they don't communicate, because they have to communicate. And you can literally go watch the scene from Aliens with the Queen, where she is clearly communicating with them during that scene and telling them to back off so that Ripley doesn't burn more of the eggs. So they're clearly they've been communicating. Like, I think people want the xenomorph to just be this like ruthless monster. Instinct. Like its only instinct is to kill, but they have to communicate.
Well, we all know better than that, because like even with us, we can communicate.
Yeah. And
they communicate also, but at a different frequency, right? So like, they're very intelligent. They're master hunters. They are the best hunters that I've ever witnessed. So obviously there should be some type of communication.
It has to be.
If it's not hive mind related, they can still communicate with each other.
Right.
Because everything of its species can communicate in one way or another.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And
everyone can calm down.
Yeah. It's like, I started reading that, and it popped up in like Reddit. It was all over the place. And I'm like, I just don't, you guys, sometimes sometimes fan bases are super toxic. I think Star Wars has a really toxic fan base. Yeah. Alien can be wishy-washy as far as toxicity, but this one, I'm just like, what? Like, they have to be communicating, bro. Like, for the entirety of the movie. It's a dumb argument.
It's so dumb.
There's not an animal on this planet that does not communicate in some capacity.
Exactly.
Okay. Whether it's through chemical stuff or sounds, or some of them like watching movements of each other, they communicate. So there's nothing here that doesn't communicate. So the fact that these super advanced creatures show up in this universe and you think they're not going to communicate with each other, it's baffling. And then that's before you even go watch the alien scene with the queen, where she's clearly freaking communicating with them. Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just because you can't hear it doesn't mean it's not happening.
Exactly.
Because they couldn't hear it until Wendy mimicked the sound.
Right.
And obviously something's going on.
Yeah. Well, what happened there was they asked her to put it into a frequency that they could hear.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why they were able to hear it. So it's like people are thinking this is like canon breaking, the fact that these things communicate with each other. I'm like, it's not even remotely lore or canon breaking. So
this is,
it's just the internet, man.
Sometimes it's not going to unravel the Alien franchise.
No, not at all.
So dumb. People are dumb.
Yeah.
So the guy asked Cavalier if, are you sure you wouldn't want to like go back to the job at hand or the work at hand? And then this is when Cavalier says, and wake up with a xenomorph in my belly. No, thanks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen anyway.
Pretty sure that's your path there, brother.
Or something worse, maybe. And then he tell the brother he can stay, but he's working for us. And then they leave. And I said, he walks out, hopefully to put some freaking shoes on.
Yeah.
And then
I don't get it, man. I get that he's supposed to be this like hippie rich dude, but I mean, some socks go a long way. Like you put socks on, just be in your socks all day. That'd be cool.
That puts the cherry on the top of the narcissistic cake.
Yeah.
Plus he says it's my world. He just lives in it.
Yeah, dude. He just, it almost like shifted his character like so wildly. Cause he's been kind of, I don't want to say a hothead, but you can tell that he's just cares about himself. And he talks about how he's the smartest dude in the room in earlier episodes.
Yep.
But this episode, he like throws it in everybody's face.
And basically, those types of people you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
They're going to get you killed.
They're going to get the whole island killed. Yeah.
Which is terrible. And like, especially because of like this next scene, he's like creating this paradise, right? Like it's Neverland. Mm-hmm. It's all feel good for the most part, probably from the outsider's perspective, the people that don't really see him like in those moments where he's like a total D-bag.
Yeah.
But like, so Wendy and Joe are in her room. She's showing him around, shows him the bed or the charging station, as she says. They did have a nice little like moment here. She asks if he's mad at her, and he's like, "What? No." And she says because she wanted to hear the aliens, but then she says because he had to go to the cemetery and not see her. And he reassures her that he's not mad. He's mad at them for not letting him see her. He wanted to be there, and if there was a way, he would have found it. But there was a war, he says, on the other side of the earth. So almost impossible, basically impossible to be there.
Right.
And then they watch Ice Age together, and he holds her.
Yeah.
What makes me sad is that they're bringing them together, right? It's like she was going after him to save him because she loves him.
Mm-hmm.
And now he believes that this is his sister, right?
Yeah.
And they're reestablishing that bond that he thought was lost. And they're creating this moment like it's kind of hopeful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we all know it's kind of a fool's hope because it's not going to play out
right
in a good way. And they kind of hint at some other things later with Slightly and Morrow between their conversation and like towards the end of the episode. It makes me really sad and nervous for them more so. Well, for them, but yeah, basically, but maybe more for her because I just get the sense that she's going to lose her brother.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
100%.
going to be devastating.
Yeah, and I think it's hinted at the end of this episode, the direction we're going there. And we kind of thought, I think we talked about in the previous episode that I thought the lung with the embryo was going to go back into him, and we learned this episode
think that too. Yeah,
that he has like a transplant lung, or like a robotic lung, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And they kind of throw it in his face, like, you won't believe what we did with your other one. It's like, geez, it's messed up, man.
Yeah. And then we get the classic reading from Peter Pan over the speakers. And then we get Kirsch watching the interaction between Morrow and Slightly, and he's like listening to that riddle that Morrow whispered to him. When is a machine not a machine?
Yep.
And then we have our first interaction between, not our first, but of this episode, our interaction between Morrow and Slightly. Morrow is trying to cleverly work his way into Slightly's brain. Very, very clever. I mean, he is a kid, so it's not that impressive to like break into the mind of a child and try to manipulate them.
Yeah, right.
But he's trying to see where Slightly stands as like a hero or a villain.
Yeah.
But
which is such a shitty way to present
really
it to a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, good for Morrow, because that's like you're going to approach a kid for something that like what he wants him to do.
He's baiting him.
Baiting him 100%.
Yeah. And he continues and it only increases over the episode.
Yeah.
So basically, Morrow gets to the point he wants him to bring an egg, and Slightly being a child is like, don't you have eggs where you are?
Yeah.
I love it. And then he says he can't because it'd be stealing. And then Morrow makes the comment, how can you steal from a thief? You have something that's mine.
Yeah.
You're bringing it back to me.
Yeah. Which he has a fair point. Let's be honest.
He does. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this show kind of plays on that line of morals or morality.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Especially with the kids. It plays with that a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Again, Morrow just continues to be a very intriguing character. Even though we don't see much of him in this episode, we see enough of him to see his plan and what he's going for. Yep.
He means business.
He does. Yeah.
He's not playing around.
Yeah.
He basically tells him that he can't speak to anyone about it. And then they exchange names. Morrow's full name is Kumi Morrow. And then Slightly's name is Arush Singh.
Yeah. Which turns out to be a mistake for that kid, unfortunately.
Yes, which
we learned later.
He's a kid. He's naive.
Yeah.
Doesn't really know the real world, you know, as kids don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the end of that. And then we see Slightly. Now he's going back to his room, and Kirsch is there. And he decides to tell him about the monkeys.
Yes.
The see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. He basically asks him, if I hurt or cause others to be hurt, would you do something to stop me? Or would you look the other way? And then Morrow is still there and says, careful.
Yep.
Careful what you say.
Yep.
Because I'm listening.
Yep.
Which is kind of crappy, but
dude, I feel bad. I feel terrible for him because he's stuck in a real tough place here.
And like towards the end, it's really messing with him. You can see it. Like he's like a babbling mess.
Yeah.
And Kirsch tells him that being an adult is a constant test, because he asks him, is this a test? Like, because he's probably used to tests. Like, is this just another one? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
But then he ends up saying, I would stand up for my friends, which is a very broad statement that kind of covers everyone.
Yeah. It does, because they, Morrow, that's Morrow's play this whole time, is like, let's be friends.
Yep.
Like, don't you want to be friends? So it's a super interesting way to approach it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel bad for him, man, because he's a child's brain inside of a robot body in some random island surrounded by people that really just care about the robot body and not the kid on the inside of it.
Yeah, I mean,
and then he's got Morrow playing the other side, and he doesn't care about the kid. He cares about getting his stuff back that was stolen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's rough, man.
They touch on that a little bit more too between the two scientists, or I don't know what her role is. Sylvia and the other guy. They kind of touch on that later.
Yep.
It's actually coming up soon, I think. But this part, the next part, was like one of the big moments for me. Like arguably the best part with the sheep.
Yeah.
We just get this close up of the sheep, right? And it zooms out, and then we see this tube. And then the thing opens, and then we see these tentacles start to slide out, and it's our buddy, the squid eye. I like to call him a spider eye, but either one works.
Yeah.
Either way, it's terrifying.
Oh yeah, dude. And if you look at his body, he's definitely more squid / octopus. More squid. Yeah.
My second time through, because I just want to call him spider eye.
Yeah.
But probably because of the way it moves.
Right.
So quick and
just,
but definitely a squid, because I looked closer this time, and just the way he like dropped and moved.
Yeah.
So the squid eye comes up to the sheep, and then it attacks the eye of the sheep, wraps the eye with its, are they tentacles?
Yeah, tentacles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And rips it out. Like it like squeezes it and rips it out, and then it burrows inside the eye socket with the eye still hanging there.
Yeah. And
then it stands on its hind legs and just stares at them.
Yep.
Everyone that's looking. So we've got Cavalier, his buddy, the old guy, Kirsch, and then the other kid who is he eventually calls himself Isaac.
Yeah.
So they're all watching. The sheep is just staring them down. And then it drops down to all fours again, and the eye flops to the ground.
Dude, that part there, I was like, okay, first off, we got to talk about this eyeball thing first. This might be one of the most dangerous organisms we've ever seen in the alien universe, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah,
coming from a universe that has the xenomorphs and the face huggers and everything. But this thing burrows into your eye, changes itself to make it just look like an eyeball, and then takes over the creature that it's burrowed inside of. And we saw that a little bit with the cat, the first time that we saw it, that it was walking around with the cat. But just seeing how it attacked, because we didn't get to see how it attached to the cat. We just saw it already in the cat. Yeah. But just the fact that it burrows in there, takes him over, stands up on its hind legs, and then drops down. So you have to assume that he did that so the eyeball would fall out.
Yeah.
And he could make it seem more realistic that that's just his eyeball.
Which I wonder. I mean, probably, but if there's something different between the sheep and then the cat, because that cat was messed up, bro. Like that cat had, it was very messed up.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like in the DNA of a sheep, how much different, like if it's more sustainable for a parasite.
It might be, but it also might be that the cat just put up more of a fight than the sheep did, right? The cat's gonna fight off a little bit more.
Cats are
they're a little vicious animals. So but yeah, dude, I don't know, it was cool to see this, and it you feel bad when you watch it, even though it's not a real animal. But as soon as you see the sheep, you're like, "Oh, shit's about to go down." Like this is not going to
mortified.
Yeah, this is not going to end well for the sheep.
No, poor sheep.
Yep,
rip. So it's still just staring at them, like it. Yeah, and then this is where Kirsch and Isaac are talking, and Kirsch says it's fascinating. He's fascinated by this. And then the kid says, yeah, the wavy lines are different now.
Yeah.
And then Kirsch explains to him that their gamma waves, is for problem solving, in concentration. And he says that this creature is highly intelligent. Look at how it's watching us. Like,
yeah.
This is creepy enough. I would probably put this thing down as quickly as I could. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
We're done.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, we're good, man. We got like how it works. Now let's like dissect it and see what's going on the inside, because we don't want this thing running around. And it's small. So the xenomorph, even though in the movies the xenomorphs get up through the shafts and everything, I mean, they can get anywhere they want to go. But this thing could really get anywhere it wants to go because it's so small. Like it would fit in the palm of your hand.
And it's freaking fast.
And
like
vicious.
You don't have time to react.
Yeah. No.
The only way that what's her face was able to stop it on the ship was because she's not human.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. She's got the that robot strength they showed off.
And the quick reflex.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. So sometimes, like, if you look at the whole of the Alien franchise, some of the other creatures are really, really bad. And this is not one. Like, this is one that I'm like, okay, this is sweet. Like, the way that this thing works, the way that this thing looks. It's not the baby from Alien Resurrection that like says "mama," like it's talking all of a sudden. And there you go. That's part xenomorph, and it's talking out loud in Alien Resurrection. So
yeah.
So for people that don't think it communicates, but yeah, right. I don't know, dude. I get a little finicky when they introduce new characters, because even the thing at the end of Alien Romulus, I was like, the scene itself is dope, but the creature is like, nah. Like, it would have been cooler if it was just a xenomorph, or like a different type of xenomorph.
Right. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, I thought it was sweet, but then it kind of cringy at the same time.
Yeah, that's how I probably land 50-50, because the scene itself is dope. Like, everything about it is sweet. But it's just, every time they introduce a new character, I'm like, oh boy, like a new creature specifically. I'm like, this is gonna go bad.
Everything we've seen so far
has
been
digging it.
Sweet.
The thing that sucks the leech monster that we saw in the first episode that leaches out all the blood. I mean, everything is on point so far. So
yeah,
but this is the top for me. This little octopus eye.
Oh man, I have nightmares. And I already don't like spiders.
Yeah,
I know it's not a spider, but man, this freaks me out. But I'm so fascinated by it at the same time.
Yeah, so am I.
But then Kirsch goes to the window, and then he's like moving side to side, and we see from the eye's perspective, it's watching him. Very intelligent, observing. Like, so this episode's called Observation, right? Like, they're observing that, but it's almost like the aliens are
observing as well. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, definitely.
Especially from this scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's wild. So, and then it cuts to Cavalier and his buddy, and his buddy's like, if one of those things ever escapes, and Cavalier cuts him off. He's like, glass half full, kid.
Yep.
We talked about this.
Yep.
And then he gets the ball and he hits it against the glass, and the guy catches it, which makes me wonder, do you think he's
I think
synthetic or hybrid too?
Yeah, I think he's
or more like Kirsch.
Yeah, I think he's some sort of hybrid. I think that's what the ball scene was supposed to show. He has the quick reflexes of something, because we've seen him a little bit, but I assumed until this point that he was human.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
But that made me question it.
It does make me question it. And it also makes me question, like, maybe everybody else, because I was not pegging that guy as a synthetic in any capacity.
I don't think Sylvia or the other scientist guy is.
No, I don't.
I think they're human.
Yeah. But
because she's very morally, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And grounded. She gets scared in this scene as well, or this episode. She gets scared later on. So.
Yes. Which was wild.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Cavalier decides he's going to like look at the sheep, and they have this stare down. Like, he is so fascinated by this sheep and by what just happened. It's just,
I mean, I would be as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would be as well. Just because it's so, not to use the title of the franchise, but it is so alien to see something move in that capacity and work in that, because we have parasites that kind of do that, but
right.
nothing that size that would do something like that.
Nothing
so,
that goes that aggressive.
That aggressive. Yeah.
That's the most aggressive thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Or one of.
Yeah.
And now we get Sylvia and the other guy outside, which they're married.
Yes.
I never would have guessed it, but they
didn't
are.
either. That they were just working together.
Yep. And he's questioning the morality of what they're doing, what's happening with the kids. He makes the comment about, if it's we either successfully transferred 6 minds of children into these bodies, or we killed them.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty heavy.
It is. And it's an interesting way to look at it, because there's a lot of stuff that plays with it. Like RoboCop is a prime example. It's like, is this cop that used to be a cop and we transported it, is he actually human? Like, is this actually the guy that we transported into it? And They play with that a little bit here as well, especially with the brother later on.
Yes.
So like I said, I always love that stuff. I always love when they play with the mental health of the AI as well.
Yep.
And they're playing with that too. So it's weird, because out of everything in the Alien franchise, the thing that I would have picked to know less about would have been the androids. Like, I just don't really care. But after seeing it presented in this way, I'm like, this is actually kind of interesting. Like, all of this stuff. I
would say, like, even from Romulus.
Yeah.
With the brother.
Yeah.
That was
the best
amazing.
One. Yeah, that was the best one done, because they played with his, and kudos to that actor, dude, because he plays two different characters,
like a switch,
a total switch. So yeah, I think that maybe planted the seed in my head where I was like, okay, maybe they can make some interesting stories out of these androids. And then here, I'm digging everything that we've gotten so far.
I mean, we've got 6 different kids.
Yeah,
totally different personalities.
Totally
each
different.
Doing their own thing.
Yeah,
like kind of like breaking this thing down in their own way and struggling through, like, okay, what am I?
Yeah.
So now we get we have, what's her name? This is Nibs, the redhead.
Yes.
Right?
The pregnant one. Yeah.
The pregnant one. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
She comes out saying that she's pregnant.
Yep.
And Sylvia's like, oh, that's interesting. You're too young to have a child.
Yeah.
You're a machine.
Yeah. She's so convinced too. She's like, no, I felt it.
I woke up with the feeling. Yeah. And she says, I'm not a machine. Why would you say that? Like, she's really wrestling with, like, what
so
is she?
This one is the one that is like the not going so hot. Like, something got messed up in the transfer here, because she's been off from the get. I think we got that trippy scene where she's like walking down the hallway. I think it was last episode, and having those like flashbacks.
Yeah.
And now she is like totally off her rocker. And this one thinks she's pregnant. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I always like the mental health stuff with the AI, because I think it's just so interesting that if these things become sentient, they're going to have emotions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
and I'm
curious where we're going with her.
And I think it's kind of playing into like a little bit of PTSD also, because that moment with the squid eye really messed her up. And like, she was even like playing with her eye in that one scene.
Yeah.
Like it really got to her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see, right? Hopefully we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So Sylvia's like, why don't you come by and we'll talk? It's been a while. So they go and they talk. They're in Sylvia's place. And she's like, do you know how babies are made? So then she explains the birds and the bees. And Nibs says she grew up on a farm. She knows how it happens. And then she's like, well, she brings up Jesus, and it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Which was a wild,
random
argument.
Yeah.
And they never really talked about their new bodies. So Sylvia is trying to talk about how their bodies are different, like inside too.
Yeah.
And then she tries to bring her a book over to explain and show her, and she like kicks the book down.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want any of that. And she's like whispering to her stuffed animal.
Yeah.
I think it's like a rabbit or something.
Yeah.
And then Sylvia goes back down, and then Nibs is just calm again and like, I think it's a girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to name her Clarissa. That's what she wants to be called.
Yeah.
She's going insane.
Completely off her rocker. Yeah, completely off her rocker.
And Sylvia's trying to like get her to talk about what happened at the towers at the crash. And Nibs is like, I don't want to talk about it. Because we see the flashes of her like with the cat. And Sylvia's like, they can't hurt you. And then she I called her Red in my notes because I couldn't remember her name. So Nibs yells to stop talking about it. And then she lunges and is on top of Sylvia. And she's like panicked. And she's like, do you want some tea?
Yeah. It's so casual.
And it's just like this
I was
awkward,
thinking about
like,
getting some tea. Yeah.
Oh. And then she finally
so,
gets off of her.
Yeah. So this dude, I mean, this is cool because you have to. So when we first see these kids, this is their first time doing this. Like Wendy's the first one to get put into one of these bodies. And then they rapidly do what? 5? Is there 6 of them total? 5 more after her, I think.
Yeah.
So one of those is bound to not work. Right.
Right.
Like one of them is bound to go sideways. And clearly, I think it's going to be our girl Nibs here.
Well, I mean, it's a total experiment. Like all of them could just malfunction at any point.
All of them. Yeah. Or all of them could regain a little bit more of their humanity and revolt. You know what I mean? Well, so there's a lot of roads they can go.
Right. And like, I made the comment in the previous episode that I thought that Wendy had held on to most of her memories, but what is his name? The guy talking to Morrow.
Oh yeah. What is his name? Him.
Him.
We even learned we even learned his name in this episode too.
But I
can't remember it.
He also has some memories, so I think that they do. Some of them are,
slightly.
Some of them probably slightly, yes. Yeah. But yeah, we have no idea what's going to happen because, like I said, total experiment. Groundbreaking from what I have been able to tell.
Yeah.
So Sylvia gets up to go make some tea because that's what you do when you're in a crazy situation like that.
I guess.
So she gets up and gets at the counter and she presses a button, which is smart.
Yep.
And then a little while goes by and the door opens and a couple guys come in and she brings up that she has a meeting with Cavalier, I think. And then Nibs just leaves and she tells the guards or whatever to get her back to her room and secure the door. Tell your supervisor we have a level 3 event.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty big. I mean,
oh yeah.
That's something's wrong.
And she's so casual about it too. She's like, tell your supervisor there's been a level 3 event. He'll know what to do. Like she's so quiet and calm about it. Dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy that we're learning a little bit more about Nibs here because she has just been the like weird one in the show so far, where she's just like aimlessly wandering at every moment.
Yes.
So I'm curious of what direction we're gonna go here because everybody's got their own. Well, not all of them yet, but Wendy's like the super smart one. Maybe kept most of her humanity, and then you have Slightly, who's still a kid and wants to please everybody. And then you have Nibs, who's off her rocker and clearly something went wrong during the transfer.
Yeah.
And then you have the other, is it Curly? Is Curly the know-it-all, wants to be number 1?
Yes.
So she's going to be like the loose cannon that's going to try and help Cavalier at some at some point to get in his good favor. So I like all the different personalities we have going on here.
Yeah, or she gets super jealous and just kills everyone.
Yeah.
She just goes rogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he is like really put her down a lot. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Especially this episode, dude.
Yes. Basically calling her worthless without calling her worthless.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
like,
Wendy.
cool, you learned
you're
French,
no
but you can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy how, I mean, they're all going to go their own way. Like the one kid though, who I feel like is somewhat normal is Isaac. Like,
yeah,
he's been spending a lot of time with Kirsch. He's been
Yep.
reading a lot. And I think he wants to just further his knowledge. And he's not really like weighed down by anything else externally, like everyone else is.
Yep.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens. So now we have Joe and the old guy. They're having a chat. Joe asks about his team. He's told that it's confidential, and so is Wendy. You believe she's your sister. And Joe is like, she has her memories. Her sense of humor doesn't that make you you?
Yeah.
So basically, the point of keeping Joe around from this scene is that they want to know that the transition was a success.
Yeah.
And Joe has had enough now, and he's like, this conversation's over. And the guy's like, it's a condition of your employment that you answer all questions from a superior.
Dude, he gets ruthless with him.
Yeah, he does. And Joe's trying to be all big and bad. And he's like, then I quit.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, okay, then we'll shuttle you off the island, the private island. Confidentiality, no longer employed, and you will have no contact with Wendy.
Yeah.
And
then he also throws in the surgery on the lung where he's like, that was part of your agreement as well. So we'll bill you can leave, but we'll bill you.
Yeah. And he says like,
dang, dude.
Basically you can stay and work off this debt or you'll get a bill.
Yep. And it's very, the Alien franchise is very corporation heavy. It always has been. And we saw that a lot in Romulus, where she's working in those mines, and she goes in and she's done with her time, and they add like another 6 months or whatever, however many hours they add to her term. And that's what they're doing here is he had a surgery, they saved his life, and now they got him by the balls, so to say. And, they saved his life, and now you're going to be working for us until you work this debt off. So
yeah. And then
very corporation heavy. And I've always loved that about Alien.
Right. And we kind of get into more of that because he asks when he can take her home. And then the guy's like, Wendy is property of Prodigy. There is no universe in which you get to take her home.
Yeah.
And I think he even like says something about transhumanist agenda, immortality.
Yeah.
And this is it's much bigger than what it looks like. It's a much bigger thing going on than what Joe realizes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you have to think like when you hear that, you have to think that is Boy Cavalier's entire motivation is he wants to be immortal and transfer his consciousness into one of these robots. And he's in the early stages of testing it to see if it'll work, how it works, what can go wrong.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because anyone with money and that much influence with that much technology,
they want to live forever.
How can I live forever? Yeah.
Yep.
I want to be the best forever.
Yeah.
No one's taking me out because I'm it.
But we know as the viewer, Prodigy is nowhere to be found anywhere else in the Alien franchise. So I think he's going to take himself out. Yeah.
And Joe still is trying to insist that Wendy is human. And then the guy says, no, not anymore. And that's the end of it.
Yeah. I think that, I don't know, man. It's an interesting question that it brings up. Like I said earlier, like with RoboCop, is she human? Like, is is that what makes you human? Just your consciousness? She is the most human out of all of them. And we see Slightly gets a little more human in this episode as well, because he's got some memories and he remembers someone that was close to him that we see later in this episode.
His emotions show a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I feel like they're genuine. They're not programmed. Like, he's still very much a child up here.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yep.
So I think I want to say it worked. I want to say that this experiment, it was a success as far as the transferring of consciousness.
Yeah.
But as for it to be lasting, I don't
lasting
know.
And successful.
I can't. But the initial, definitely success.
Yeah.
So this is when Wendy walks in and sees Cavalier. He's just laying on the couch, throwing the ball up.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm here to see Sylvia. And then this is when he motions with his foot to sit down.
I can't, dude. Every episode so far.
Next level creep. I can't.
Yeah, absolute creep. Yeah.
And then he just keeps it going with the creepiness, and he's like, pirates or Indians? And she's confused, obviously, because what kind of question is that?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, when you fought the aliens, which were they like? And then he's like, you fought the crocodile.
The crocodile.
That's why you hear the ticks.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he's still like really pressing into this. Like, he really wants to know what they're saying, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what do you think?
I'd want to know what they're saying too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That would be my first. If as soon as you learn that they're communicating, the next step is, okay, what the hell are they saying? Like, we need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure it out and then shut it down.
Yeah.
So they
figure
don't
it out and
attack
shut it
us.
Right. Yeah.
And then she was like, you shouldn't have cut them open. How would you feel if they cut you open? And then he's like talking about all these things of like things going into the eye and being ripped apart, and he's like so random, and he like pivots a lot. He keeps going back to Joe. And he's like, do you think we should let Joe stay?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? Like,
yeah, dude, he's all over the place. And then he's talking crap about like brothers and siblings and
family.
Moms. Oh, moms are the worst. Their parents are the worst, always making us do what we don't want to do. Like, he's very intelligent, but he is like a child at heart as well, which a lot of, like, if you look at like Elon Musk, he's a big kid. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, absolutely. He plays video games, he does shit that he thinks cool. So I mean, it makes sense. And it's weird because this is almost his character gives me like, if you took Mark Zuckerberg and Elon and kind of smushed them together, and you would get Boy Cavalier. You have like the super, not that Zuckerberg isn't smart, he's very smart, but you have the like kind of whimsicalness of Zuckerberg and the extreme intelligence of Elon Musk put together. But but he's still like a big kid at heart. And you can tell that here, where he's like, oh, parents are the worst, like always making us do what we don't want to do. Yeah.
I mean, he's got a Peter Pan complex. Like, he probably like wasn't allowed to be a kid when he was a kid. So now this is his way of like showing them, like, I'm going to get back at you guys. Now I can be a kid and do what I want and walk around on my bare feet when I wasn't allowed to.
That was probably it. Feet. He probably had a parent like me that's like, you got to go put some socks on, dude. Like, you're not allowed to have bare feet.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, I'm with you. I don't like walking around in my bare feet. Even in my own house, dude. I gotta have socks on or slippers.
Oh, like, absolutely. Can't stand it. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the feeling of it, dude. Like, I don't like not having socks on. It's just is what it is. Yeah.
So we're not crazy. We're not the crazy ones here.
We're not the crazy ones. He is.
Cavalier's the crazy one. Let's just clear that up right now.
Yep.
But dude has some serious family issues. Like it's clear.
Yeah.
Wendy says that they should send the aliens back. And then he's like, we should send your brother back. And then he says, if I was your brother, I'd find a way to be there. Like,
oh yeah, he really played into that.
Crazy,
shitty,
yeah, super crappy. But then he makes the ultimatum, you know, you help me figure out what the aliens are saying, I'll let your brother stay. But if he becomes a distraction, and then she says he won't, and then she puts her pinky up for a pinky promise, because that's what kids do.
Yeah.
And then they agree, and she bounces.
Yep. Dude, now that I'm thinking about it, like the Peter Pan, isn't Peter Pan, the whole story of Peter Pan is like he's the kid that won't grow up. Basically. And I'm pretty sure that there is like, I'm pretty sure there's like I had to look it up. There's like a term for like adults that won't grow up. And I think it's called like Peter Pan syndrome or something. Let me look it up real quick.
That sounds legit.
Yeah. So it makes so much sense for his character, because that's exactly what he is, like a big kid that refuses to grow up, and he's obsessed with Peter Pan because of all that stuff. Probably should have picked up on that way quicker than episode 4, but
it's like, well, but he's putting on this front that he's super smart and like can hold intellectual conversation, so it makes him seem older than what he is, but he loves to be like a kid. I don't know it. So we're back to the sheep. They're running more scans on it, and it's still just staring at them. And I think it's just Kirsch and Isaac now. And this is where Isaac wants to be called Isaac, because he doesn't want his other name because it's more like a nickname. He wants a real man name because he's a grown up. And Kirsch agrees, which is cool. And then Isaac ends up leaving and runs into Slightly, who is there all panicky and nervous. He makes some kind of bogus statement that Arthur, which is the other guy from the lab, Sylvia's husband, needs something from the lab. But he's like fumbling so bad over his words.
Very badly. Yeah.
Very badly.
It's like, what? Cool. What's he need from the lab? And he can't answer the question.
Like deer in headlights. Like,
yeah.
Like, kids are not very clever.
No. And they can't lie very well either. Yeah.
No. So Isaac invites him to go play some games, but Slightly's like, I'm just going to go for a walk. So he walks down, he walks one way, and then he turns the other way.
I love it. It turns, he goes the other way. Yeah. He's just loses it.
Loses it.
Which is so funny because it feels so distinctly like a child that gets caught doing something.
They do it really well. They all do it. All these actresses
so
do it
good,
very
dude.
well.
So good. Yeah.
I would say the one that Slightly was kind of like, they were always messing around. I can't remember what that one kid's name is, but he plays the kid perfectly. Like he plays a kid perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to have to look it up to find out what his name. I'm going to have a list.
We're going to have to get like names and pictures.
I'm going to have to
everybody.
Put it on my screen so I have it. So then we get Kirsch. He's on the computer. We see like a scan of a brain, and it's obviously Slightly because he's listening in on Morrow and Slightly's conversation. And he's telling Morrow that he can't do it. Slightly is. And Morrow says, can't or won't. And Slightly says, I'm sorry. And then Morrow's like, sorry won't work. We're past that. You know, you said you were going to help me.
Yeah.
And then we discover that Morrow is with Slightly's mom.
Yeah. Who believes her son is dead, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now she doesn't realize the threat.
Right.
Like he's just telling her that her son's alive. comes to realize that this is a threat.
Yes. Yeah.
He's basically saying, I need you to sneak a person into the lab, or to get close to the eggs. It's no longer get an egg out of the lab. It's get a person into the lab with the eggs, which we all know what's going to happen then.
Yeah. And he's so casual about it. He's like,
he'll
be fine. He'll be passed out for a couple days at the most. He'll wake up. And then I think at one point he's like, what's it going to be like for him? He's like, it's going to be unpleasant for him.
It's going to be a bad, it's going to be a bad couple of days, but I'll make sure they're comfortable.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it just went from the get. This should have been the plan, because if you thought that this kid was going to be able to smuggle out one of these giant eggs, it's not a chicken egg. It's a giant freaking egg. It's like 4 feet tall.
Massive.
It's massive. So this should have been the plan from the get.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they're heavy. Yeah.
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 But slightly probably has some extra strength going on, like they all do, but still
hard to sneak a giant egg out of that super private island, secret island.
So a little slip up on Morrow's part, but that's okay. We'll forgive him. So, and then slightly hears his mom talk. And so basically Morrow is threatening his family and says, you said you would do anything to protect your family, so do it.
Yeah.
You have 24 hours. And Slightly's a little confused by what that means. He's like, you have a day, this time tomorrow, to do this. So go do it. And then we get a weird scene with Kirsch going to the eggs and touching the egg. And it was a really short scene, which I didn't understand the point of that, other than him knowing what the plan is now. So the next scene, we have the kids all together talking on the dock, and Joe is there with them. They're trying to get him to eat a piece of candy or chocolate or whatever, and he eats it, and he's like basically spitting it out because it tastes terrible.
It's like so it looks like they look like Listerine strips, but they have like taste. They have taste to them, so it's something for the androids to eat. They don't taste good to humans.
The one kid, the smart kid, Isaac, says it's basically a line of code to simulate the memory of food.
Yeah, the memory of a taste. Yeah.
And then Nibs asks Joe about the five corporations. So basically, and they list them all, or he lists them all. And they're basically saying that, the 5 corporations rose up to make decisions, for everyone and whatever. And he says that they're probably trying to get together to come up with a plan to get the stuff back.
Yep.
And then Slightly shows up, and he's like, why is he here? And Wendy's like, he's my brother. And Slightly gets super like defensive, like, well, I have brothers.
Yeah.
I have them. Yeah. You're not the boss of us.
Yeah.
Why do you get to choose? And then Wendy's like, I'm the oldest. I was the first.
Yep. He's having a rough time.
Yeah,
our boy Slightly's having a rough time this episode.
I feel bad for this kid. Like
I do too.
He didn't for any of it, and he's just kind of put in a corner.
Yep.
So this ending bit is really foreshadowing a lot, which is kind of like foreshadowing the doom of any hope that there was before, which I don't think there really was any.
Right. Yeah, we've seen what these things do anytime they're anywhere. So
unless you're a newbie to the Alien franchise, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
Don't get too attached to anybody.
Nope.
So it is now night. Wendy gets to the lab because she makes the comment that Cavalier wants her to go to the lab, or Kirsch. I can't remember who, but someone wanted her to go. Mm-hmm. So she's now in the lab, and she's looking at the lung, which is in a container. And I think she's making the sounds. Did you hear that too? Is she like, okay.
Yep.
And it's kind of a back and forth with this scene and then the other scene of slightly like very creepily standing outside Joe's window, watching him through the window. Joe's looking at his scar, and I mean, it's pretty clear right at this moment that Slightly is going to try to get Joe with the eggs. Right? Did you get that?
Yeah,
too?
100%. Yeah, because he's out there staring. Yeah, he's out there staring at him. And I felt so bad, dude, because when I saw the lung and I heard the lung thing earlier, I was like, oh, phew, Joe's safe. Like, they're not going to put that lung back in him, and he's going to have something burst out of his chest. And then they quickly rip it away from you at the end of the episode. You're like, oh shit, Joe's not safe.
Well, and he's probably, probably one of the few actual humans on the island.
Yeah.
And he's probably the easiest target because he's in the group.
Yep.
So I'm not looking forward to that.
Nope.
Because I like Joe.
Yes,
and I'm kind of rooting for Wendy and Joe at this moment. So we're now back at Wendy, and she's like super close to this lung, which I don't feel good about. And then we start to see like extrusions of the lung, and we know what's inside of it. And then we see like a burst of blood come out. And then it bursts out of the lung, out of the glass, and past Wendy onto the table.
Yep.
We have our snake alien, which I don't think I've seen one of these before.
So I was curious about that, and I meant to go look it up before we got on the episode, but I forgot. So I think, if I remember correctly, that's how they come out of the chest. They have that like kind of snake tail behind them. I could be wrong on that. But it would make sense that we would see something different here because they are it's just in a lung. It's not in a human body per se. Right. But maybe it just needs DNA to grow. We don't know the ins and outs of how these things grow in the human body, right. But, yeah, I had to go back and look because I know that they're very small and they move kind of like a snake when they are
It looks
born.
Just like a snake.
Yeah,
like
it does.
The way it was kind of like swirling around and had its head up.
Yep.
And it reminds me of like the mini alien head that comes out of the mouth.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's like amazed at this thing, right?
Yep.
And Kirsch is there watching, observing. And like she starts like humming to it, singing to it. Like, is she communicating with this thing?
She's literally like, yeah, I think she's like it's like the cobra taming thing going on with it. If we want to go with the snake vibe.
She's the alien whisperer.
She is the alien whisperer. Yeah, the xenomorph whisperer. That's a great way to put it. So, yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on here, which is super interesting. And this, again, is people are just up in arms about this communication thing, but I don't grasp why.
Right.
But to be fair, most of the stuff that the internet complains about, I don't grasp why. So that might just be me. So the baby alien, is a snake.
Okay.
In the original, Alien movie, it's got a tail bursting out of the chest. It looks just like a snake. Yeah. In what was the Covenant? It's born as like just a little baby, but that's not. It's like the first iteration of the xenomorph.
That's weird to me.
Yeah. There's a little bit of. It's weird because Prometheus is about them kind of experimenting with this goo that creates these xenomorphs. So it's getting into different types of animals, and it's not the xenomorph as we know it because it takes place well before the original Alien movie. So yeah, it is weird. I didn't like the one in Covenant is really weird because it is just a very tiny xenomorph. Like it's fully grown, but very tiny. So yeah, I don't know what the explanation there is. We're just going to go with weird. They were experimenting and they were getting different types. But yeah, the original one from Alien that bursts out of the chest, it does have a snake tail to it. So
Yeah. This is a really cool moment, creepy moment, and a very questionable moment because she pets it.
She does. Yeah.
And the alien is okay with it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm curious to see where we're gonna go, man. I we have a xenomorph again. That's the one exciting thing is this thing is going to rapidly grow. Yeah. I mean, next episode probably going to be full grown. So yeah, I'm curious where we're going to go. And maybe that is, she can whisper to these things and communicate with them. Maybe she saves her brother in some capacity later on down the line, but we'll see.
Which would be great.
It would be great, but we'll see if Slightly gets to him first and that thing bursts out of his chest. There's not much.
And we're like halfway. This is
halfway. Yeah, halfway point. So 8 episodes. So
any predictions?
I mean, I kind of commented on the predictions for the kids. Slightly is certainly going to. I think he's going to mess this up in some way. I don't think Joe's going to get hit with this thing. I think somebody else is going to get hit with it. Because he's a kid and he's scrambling and he's in a panic mode currently. He can't even really form a sentence together.
Right.
Curly is going to be the loose cannon. I think of the rogue that's going to go off and try to make a name for herself. And I don't know where we're going to go with Nibs. Because I'm glad that we're learning a little bit more about what's going on with her. If you would have asked me if I thought she was going to say she was pregnant, I probably would have been like, oh, okay, that's a weird choice.
Did not see that coming.
I did not see that one coming. But yeah, I mean, I think we're halfway now. Things are going to, I think, escalate here quickly because we do have now a live xenomorph on this island, and we have not had one. We had a dead one that had its head cut off.
We have a decapitated one. Yes.
Yeah, we have a decapitated one. So this one, I think, is going to wreak some havoc. I'd be curious to see. It doesn't appear so now that I looked at the baby one from the original. I'd be curious to see if it's different in any capacity because it was just in a lung and not in an actual human body. But it doesn't, at least from the point. Currently, it doesn't seem like it's any different. So, yeah, what do you think?
Maybe
what are
your predictions? Just enough to form.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe it just needs like DNA.
It just needs something to kick off the cycle.
Yep.
And that's one thing that's kind of cool about this show. Well, really cool about this show is it's kind of showing the whole life cycle.
Yeah.
While giving us new creatures.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think Nibs. I think something is going on.
Yeah.
Maybe not full on pregnant, but there's something happening inside of her.
Yeah.
Because she's been so weird ever since that cat.
Yeah. And
I don't know if that squid eye made any kind of contact with her to, do anything to her or not. Probably not enough to get anything in her, but even if it did, why would it? Because she's not human.
Right. Yep.
I don't know. I'm just.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be like a mental break. Like she's having a mental break. Is what's happening.
I think I'm more on that side, but the other side, I'm like, I want something to be going on with her because I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
that way.
I am too. Yeah.
But the mental breakdown makes more sense.
Yeah.
I think. See, I could see the whole situation with Joe going either way. I could see it working. Even if Slightly somehow gets him in there or even fumbles through that, it could still happen.
Yeah.
But even if that did happen, what is the point? Mario is getting him to do this task, but essentially all it's going to do is that xenomorph is going to kill everything.
Right. Yeah. Here's the problem with his thinking. And you would think that he was the science officer on the ship that crashed into the planet, right? And we know that a xenomorph was born on that ship. So you would think that he saw all of this happen. Now, I don't remember it taking multiple days for this thing to burst out of these people's chests. I remember it being like fairly quickly.
Romulus,
like maybe
it was super
hours.
quick.
It was quick in Romulus. It's quick in the original Alien movie. Now we don't get any really context on how much time is passing in the movies.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
So it could be like, okay, yeah, a week later or whatever. But it just seems like a poor plan because the odds of Morrow getting Curly to successfully or slightly to successfully do this and then transport him willingly or non-willingly and getting him to Morrow before this thing bursts out of
There's no way.
his chest. And even if he gets him to Prodigy before it bursts out of his chest, it's still going to burst out of his chest at some point. So I don't know the timing there. I'm like, Morrow needs to like maybe sleep on his mom's couch for the night and rethink
think it through, think it over
a little bit because the timing, bro, it's not working.
And he's really not thinking this through because he's witnessed this, like you said.
Right.
And like you also said, if Slightly is able to get him out, this xenomorph is going to break loose. He's not going to go willingly. He's going to kill a lot of people once he's taken wherever he's going.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it's not a good plan. I don't think that's even where he's going. I think he's just hoping and anticipating that Slightly's going to pull it off. But the xenomorph is just going to wreak havoc on the island. I think that's the end of it. I think that's the only thing.
That might, you know what? I didn't think about that. Might be Morrow's play right there is he knows that it's not going to take a couple days. It's going to take a couple hours. And then this thing is going to kill everybody so that he can make a easy entrance and take all the stuff that was stolen from him without much resistance from humans, at least.
That's if Slightly's able to do it. And I could see it going. I could see it happening either way.
Yeah.
But it's really leaning more towards it's going to work.
Yeah. I agree.
Even if it's not executed perfectly, I think it's still going to work. Even with
it doesn't need to
knowing, right?
Yeah.
He just needs to push him in the room,
right? unless because we know that Kirsch knows and he's listening into the conversations. Unless they do a level 3, whatever she's called earlier on him to stop him from doing it.
But why? If he knew, because he met Morrow. Kirsch knows Morrow.
Yeah.
He knows that he works for Weyland-Yutani.
Yes. Yutani.
So or Yutani, yeah. Do something. You got to do something now. Like you should have done something already. Like the moment that you saw them together or the moment that you realized that he was tracked, you should have shut it down. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like Kirsch is not being very smart about this.
Absolutely. Well, you also have to remember that I believe that Prodigy is attempting to capture Morrow too. So they might be using that to be like, okay, he's at Slightly's mom's house right now. Like, let's send a team over there. But does Morrow even know where this island is? Because
he was doing research.
Think we know.
No. Yeah. He was reading articles about Cavalier.
Right.
But that was the extent of it. No location.
There's just a lot of things. So it does make far more sense that he's setting up some havoc on this island so that when he figures it out, he can roll up. All the humans are going to be dead. It's just going to be xenomorphs. They don't attack them. We saw that in the first episode.
It would be a lot easier to have an inside man clean up everything and then come in and just swoop up the rest.
Swoop it up. Yep.
Well, he could even tell Yutani, hey, your problem has been handled. Go get your stuff.
Yeah. Or send a team. Yeah.
Because they'd have to send a team.
Yeah. Of androids.
Of androids. Yes.
And I'm curious to see, because I don't know if we know, like I said, there's a pretty substantial expanded universe here. And I haven't read any of the comics or any of the books or anything. I'm going just off the movies. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we know why Weyland and Yutani combined. Yeah. So I'm curious to see, because I believe that they are combined in the first Alien movie. which is 2 years after this event here. So we might be seeing the downfall of Prodigy, but also some sort of downfall for Utani, where they get bought up by Wayland.
Well, I wonder if maybe Utani is in trouble. Wayland offers them to help in order to shut down the others, the other competition. Yeah. They work together to take out Prodigy and the others so we can rule everything.
Yeah, it's smart.
So I'm very curious, like, how they're going to keep going with Wendy and what they're doing with her. She has a unique bond to the alien, to the xenomorph.
Yeah.
I saw a YouTube thumbnail that had her in the snake alien, and it had above her mother.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know where it's coming from. Like, I don't know how she has this ability and why she has this ability.
Because Cavalier had no idea about any of the aliens, the xenomorphs, before this.
Right.
And he made her before that.
Yeah.
So, like, something it's just not clicking.
Yeah, something needs explained. I'm sure we're gonna get an explanation on it, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I need a little bit of explanation because
I think we'll get it.
Sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. She's the only one that seemingly can do this. So,
and I think that she's somewhat of an anomaly.
Yeah,
like Cavalier did not anticipate for her to be so successful.
Yeah, and she is because she's the only one that still doesn't really act like a child anymore. She's the only one that doesn't act like a child. I mean, I guess you could say Curly maybe a little bit, but she also is kind of like a jealous child, so she still kind of acts like a child at the same time.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what went so right with Wendy that didn't go so right with the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I see them all like just falling apart. I think there is a little bit of redemption in this story somewhere. I know it seems a little bleak, but you never know. I mean, you really never know because there's nothing anywhere talking about this part of the Alien franchise.
Right.
Like you said. So, I mean, they could literally go anywhere.
And it could be for Wendy. It could be because she had cancer, right? Do we know what kind of cancer? Yeah, it could be something.
Terminal.
Yeah, I mean, it could be something like that, where it was like the cancer did something to her brain before she was transported in. She had brain cancer. I don't know if they even really explained what kind of. It was just she was terminal, right?
Right. Yeah.
So.
We'll find out. So yeah, I got nothing else. I can't wait till next week.
Yeah, I'm excited. Man.
I feel like from here it's just going to escalate.
Oh yeah, it has to.
It's just going to ramp up and go all sorts of crazy directions.
Yeah, I mean as slow as this episode was, we got a lot of information and a lot of threads going on. So I'm fine with that. And then the capping point at the end where it's like, sweet, we have a xenomorph again. Like, here we go.
Yeah.
Because
it's going to get crazy because there's a xenomorph coming soon.
Yeah. On an island.
Maybe even next week we'll have it.
Yeah. I think we will. Yeah. I think prediction is definitely this thing's going to be full grown by at least the end of next episode. Because they grow so quickly in the franchise that it wouldn't make sense for it to not.
And do you know how long they live for once they're full grown? Like, what is their like actual lifespan?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, do we see, is it Romulus where they pick one up that's like cocooned? I mean, they are ridiculously strong. So they don't need oxygen. They don't need food. I don't know the exact like if they die of natural causes. I doubt it because they are so like the perfect organism.
That is wild. We never see them eat. They
No.
just destroy people.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not like
And
they're
it's-
destroying them to eat. They're just destroying them to destroy them.
Yeah. The thing they have kind of like two purposes throughout the franchise. Sometimes they're just ruthless killing machines,
Mhm.
and then sometimes they're cocooning them up so that the face huggers can come and attach and make more xenomorphs. So you see that in Aliens, where that entire base was all cocooned up on the wall, and some of them had their chest exploded. So they have kind of two different purposes there. There's the like ruthless hunting, killing monster, and then the smart, like, making our blood, spreading our bloodline, continuing our bloodline, which is super interesting, I think, about them.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wonder like what direction they're going to go with this. Because right now we've just seen, well, we kind of got both. Like we've got a bunch of eggs.
Yep.
And we've got a bunch of ruthless killing. So,
yeah.
I mean,
so here's the Google answer for the lifespan. It says a xenomorph's lifespan is a variable, but generally short for individual warriors, possibly only a few days, while eggs and dormant queens can live for thousands of years.
Whoa.
Surviving by entering a state of hibernation or stasis when resources are scarce. But we do see that in Romulus. That's what he's in. He's in like a state of hibernation in the beginning of that movie when they pick him up off the original Nostromo crash. So it's something I never even thought about, just because there's just, you assume the perfect organism that there's nothing that can kill him,
right,
naturally, at least.
Wow, a couple days.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
That's it, man.
I think we're probably good to wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, everyone. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we're crazy for liking this show. I don't think we're crazy. I love this show.
Yeah,
I know you love this show.
Yeah. And I wanted to hate it so much when we went into
it. I know
it,
you did. And I was like super excited.
Yeah.
Like hot off of Romulus. I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's go. I get some more of it. But yeah, let us know what you think. And then be sure to watch Alien next week. And then watch us talk about it next week. And we'll see you then.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya.